Ask me, very fast, I'll stop.
Mate, put this here.
1 plus G divided by EO plus G.
Recording.
Growth is now going to be what root? Fifth root? Dividend 53 over 22.
It's really dark, Tom.
Minus
Saving battery.
Growth
0.09.
0.19 or 90%. Then you put KE equals PO 1 plus G.
Did you finish your assignment?
Over PO minus, sorry, plus growth. PO is
40. Oh, sorry, 53.
53. Make up stories, yeah.
Never.
Yeah, I'm drunk already. 1 plus 9.
I'm looking to the other example.
You're looking every other example, I know. Divided by, what's PO?
9.2.
9.12, no points, plus G.
0.
So KE is equal to how much?
0.25.
25% is the cost of equity. Alright?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the amount of work done from about 10 minutes past 2 up till now, sort of 10 minutes past 3 or just about 1 hour. Expected no knowledge from you at all. I did not expect you to know anything about it. Just bring you up to this stage. Then I need to bring you up further up after this. Then I get into a bigger exam standard question. So it's kind of leading me on. So if this is fine, it looks okay, I can then push on the next one. Right. Make a start and I'll stop it.
Oh, please, can you just get back?
Yes, sure. Correct? Finish?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Okay. Right. Just a recap, where are we? We are at cost of equity. There is a dividend valuation model which has constant dividend growth. Averaging method is square root or 8th root or 9th root, whatever. And Gordon growth R times P. Whatever it is, I can find cost of equity using dividend valuation model. Look at the information in the question, you'll decide, do I use this method, do I use this method? Different questions will give you different things. Now, we're going to another method. Still finding cost of equity, but we are now using this.
Yeah, I've done that.
This method here is called CAPM. It's a short, I'll write it all in, don't worry. It's a short form for capital asset pricing model. Right? This dividend valuation model looks at the company as a whole. From the company's point of view, what is the cost of equity? This one looks from investor's point of view. What is the return the investor expects to find? The return of the investor is the cost of capital to you. So investor view, company view. So capital asset pricing model.
Can't see the paper, yeah?
Can't see. Oh. Capital asset pricing model. Short form CAPM. CAPM. So C for capital, A asset, P price, M model. Capital asset pricing model. The capital asset pricing model looks at it from individual investor point of view. So, looks at the investors. Whatever is the required rate of investment for an investor is the cost of capital to the company. So, whatever is the required rate of return for an investor, it is the cost of equity to the firm. So the required rate of return for an investor is the cost of equity to the firm. When you invest things in shares, what's your problem when you invest money in shares? What's the problem for an investor when you invest money in the shares?
Not risk. Yeah, not sure if you're going to get a
Isn't it?
return. Yeah.
There is a risk with every share that you invest.
Yeah.
What is the risk?
Losing your investment, your principal.
Why would you lose your investment?
Company
Company go bankrupt.
collapses.
What else?
Share prices
Share price
decrease.
goes down.
Yeah.
Why does the share price go down? Why does share prices go down?
Poor performance.
Sorry?
Poor returns, low
Poor returns,
revenues,
poor
profits.
revenues. What else? What are the reasons why share prices go down?
No
demand for your shares,
future
okay, then you will
growth.
stay stable.
No future growth.
No future growth. Any
Uh,
other? So when you invest in shares, which some of you will be doing in your life, yeah, I do it every day, every other day. I'm doing all these things all my life, really. Yeah. Be careful. One of the biggest problems with investment is risk, right? Risk. So, the investor has a risk. Good evening, madam. Come from the disco straight? Right? Where do you come from? You must have come from the disco. No. Then? Went to work, honestly. Right. So the risk that an investor has is that when you invest in a particular share, let's take a company, say, I don't know,
Tesco.
Tesco. If you invest in Tesco, just look at Tesco only. What are the risks that Tesco has? What risk does Tesco have?
Has done little.
Competition? Yeah, so that's one risk. What else?
Online.
Online, so they might not have enough technology, so technological risk. What are the risks that they have?
Poor spending power.
Poor spending, inefficiency within the organization, another risk for them. So these are risks specifically for Tesco. All right? Every company has different risk. We give you an example. I have a client in Moscow called Mars Chocolate. Yeah, Mars make chocolate.
Yes.
Their biggest problem is cocoa. Cocoa is the ingredient that makes chocolate. No cocoa, no chocolate. Forget about it. Yeah? If they can't get the cocoa, they can't get supply of cocoa, finish, no production. Biggest risk. Yeah? And imagine cocoa grown in Africa, if there is some disease or there is some flooding and things like that, agriculture products, you know what the problem is. Huge risk. But if there is flooding in Africa, it's the risk to Mars. It's not the risk to BP. No. It doesn't affect other companies. It only affects that particular company. So this is a risk which is specific to the company. Right? So write down these are specific words here. So specific to the firm. It's got a fancy name, this one. Unsystematic. Risk. Unsystematic risk. So a specific risk is called unsystematic risk. Technical words. But the other risk an investor has is sort of based by general economic conditions. What are general economic conditions? And this type of risk would be called what? This is unsystematic, so this would be how intelligent you are. Systematic risk. Right. A systematic risk is faced by all companies in the industry. Every company faces the same problem. So tell me, what problems do every company face which are general economic factors?
Low consumer spending, unemployment,
Unemployment, low consumer spending, what else?
inflation, deflation,
Deflation, interest rate,
natural disasters,
any disasters, yeah.
War,
War,
political,
okay,
yeah,
political unrest.
unrest.
Yeah. Look at Russia now, political unrest, Ukraine, all
Currency,
this, faced by all the companies in the market.
currency manipulation.
Foreign currency exchange.
Currency exchange.
So you will find these economic conditions. Say in the UK, if UK makes a decision tomorrow to leave Europe and come back here, the effect of that will be on all the companies in the UK. Or say tomorrow UK decides we will get rid of the pound and we'll bring euro into UK. This will affect all the companies in the UK. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So these are general economic factors. So I, as an investor, I have specific risk of a firm. I also have general risk. So I have unsystematic risk and I have systematic risk. Now the important thing here is this. Unsystematic risk, this one, I can diversify this away. I can eliminate, if you don't like the word diversify, eliminate. I can eliminate this by holding shares in many different companies. So if I have a portfolio of shares, I can diversify unsystematic risk. You can never diversify systematic risk, right? So that's the important part here. So that's right. Unsystematic risk can be diversified. If you don't like diversified, eliminate it. By holding a balanced portfolio. I'll explain this portfolio to you. So by holding a balanced portfolio. Portfolio means shares in many different companies. The systematic risk cannot be eliminated, diversified. So it cannot be diversified, cannot be eliminated. So that's the first thing you need to understand. The second thing you need to understand here is that the systematic risk has a measure, and it's measured on an index. So let's write it next page. Systematic risk